Hi guys, this is Christine, your relationship and mindset master doctor and your leverage for change. Today I'm going to be speaking about this question, really like kind of helping you to answer this question. And the question is, who am I? Who are you? It sounds like a silly question, but in my line of work, I've discovered that a lot of individuals do not really know who they are. And I've discovered that the reason for this is that most individuals, especially individuals such as the fearful avoidant, the anxious preoccupied, these individuals are very outwardly focused. So they're focusing on other individuals and their needs instead of their own personal needs. And let me clarify again that I'm not saying that you should not be focused on others' needs. You have children, you have your husband or your family members, yes, but there comes a point when you cross the line of being a people pleaser where you abandon yourself to the extent that you, after a while, start feeling bitter and resentful, having focused so much on other people's needs than your own. And so you feel drained and really kind of like beaten down because you want to say something, but you don't have the strength to create the boundaries or to say no. So you just keep saying yes, and you just keep morphing into other people's personalities to please others because you're always trying to please others and not yourself, right? There has to be a balance to be healthy, guys. So I'm going to kind of be going over a few questions, but before I go into this, guys, please like the video and comment for me because this helps my video to go for more people to see it, and it really pushes it up so that more people can benefit from this information. So what is the first question? I would ask first, the thing I would ask first is, what do you enjoy doing? You would be surprised to know the amount of individuals who do not know that the answer to the question, or they think they know it. But what happens is that because they're so outwardly focused on other people, usually this will happen a lot in couples, because what will happen is that this person, especially as I mentioned before, the anxious preoccupied and the fearful avoidant attachment styles, these individuals will focus, they believe that they need to make others happy, not realizing that they're making themselves unhappy because they will do things or participate in things that are not convenient for them. That is not really what they like to do, but they will do it and keep doing it. People will, for example, go. The person likes to play golf. Maybe they don't like golf, or maybe they don't like or say skiing. They like to say skiing because that's a little more crazy. The person likes to ski, and I'm not saying that it's not okay to, if you want to go ahead and try something different. It's always good to learn something new if that's your interest. But some individuals will go now, and when they're in that relationship with that person who loves to ski, that's all they do. They just go skiing all the time, even when they're not really happy doing it, but they'll go and do it. And this is now their favorite thing to do because it's the favorite thing of the person that they're with to do. Perhaps they're with an individual who drinks their coffee a certain way. And because they're now trying to be, they don't know who they are. So therefore they just almost like morph into that other person's likes and dislikes. So now they are now taking, maybe they liked it, a certain kind of coffee before. Now this other person drinks their coffee black, and now they're drinking their coffee black. That's how they take their coffee because that's how that other person takes it. So that is why it's so important, guys, to really get to know who you are, because a lot of the times many individuals get lost in someone else's identity and have not been able to really focus on who you are, what your needs are, what do you like to do, all of those things. You have to really get to know yourself again. Take your time to get to know yourself. So actually this is good in terms of when you're going out again. Say, for example, you're dating. A lot of individuals, because they don't know who they are, they just take anyone that comes across their path. They just grab anyone because they just want someone. When maybe they don't like certain things that they do, maybe there are certain things that they don't, that they don't really like or don't feel comfortable with, because they haven't really focused on their wants and needs, they will just go into any relationship and just morph into that person's identity, right? And what knowing who you are allows you to do is to really see from the outset, while you're dating or when you just meet someone, if these individuals have, when you know what you want, have those qualities that you know will make you happy. If you don't know what will make you happy, then you'll just pick up anything and anyone. And that is where a lot of individuals fall into problems, guys. So I want you to really pay attention to this, because it seems very simplistic, but it causes a lot of issues in individuals' lives when they are in relationships, whether it be with someone they choose, or there is their family relationships, or is their career, their careers in the relationship with the people that they work with, right? So what are the things that you actually enjoy doing? And is it because somebody you admire like to do that? Is that the reason why you like doing that thing? Or is it because you actually really feel passionate about doing that thing? You have to really think about that. Sit with yourself and think about that. What did you always like to do before you met that person? That could be a problem too. If you always did that, maybe the person before, you may have morphed into their things, their likes and dislikes as well. So be careful about that. Try to really sit with yourself and really come to terms with what it is that you really like. Who are you really, right? So do you find that you keep changing what you like depending on the person that you're with? That is something that you can recognize. That helps you to recognize that the reason I like this thing is because I keep changing it. I need to really either now discover what I really like to do. What are your values, right? Because if you don't know your values, as I say, when those things turn up in your relationships, you will not even readily be able to identify that this is not the person that I would want to hang out with, because their values differ from mine significantly. And that is not something that I can live with if you don't recognize what their values are. Suppose this person, that their values are just like they need to be partying all the time. They need to have people over in the house all the time. They have to be going out all the time. And maybe you are a person who is more relationship oriented. You want to spend time with your family. You want to do things with your family, but this person don't want to do anything with family. They want to go out and party and be on this thing and follow all kind of concert, clubs and all that sort of stuff. Know your values, guys. Know your values, okay? The next thing is, what is your belief system? What is your belief system? Do you believe that you're born a certain way and that you cannot change? Because if you believe that, if you believe that, then that's going to hinder you in a lot of ways. But if you believe that, at least you know what you believe and you can change that, because you can change. But suppose you believe that you can change, and then you are meeting someone who has a belief that they cannot change the way they are. This is who I am, is usually what they'll say, and take it or leave it, right? Because they refuse to change, right? So that is something that you have to be really aware of when you meet someone new, or you're in relationship with anyone, or you're entering, which is the best time to really do it, guys, entering relationship with someone. How do they treat others? How do they treat others? Is that what your value system is like? Do they treat people who they don't believe they can benefit from less than people who they believe they can benefit from? Do they treat the garbage man worse than their manager, or the CEO of their company, or somebody who has a little money who they figure they can get something from? How do these people treat others? You have to watch out for those things, guys. And what is the way that you believe you should treat others? Get to know yourself. And if there's something that you need to change, then you know what you need to change and to work on. All right? What are you passionate about? What are you passionate about? Is there anything you're passionate about? And I usually give my clients, you know, I have a lot, when my clients don't know who they are, so these are some of the things I really kind of help them with. And I really ask them to go out there and try different things. Try different things. Maybe they have never really taken the time to do things for themselves. Go and try to do art. Maybe you've never tried art and you might be really good at it, but you don't know. Go and take a class to do some, what do you call that thing? Paint, sculpting, mechanical stuff, technology stuff, whatever it is. And when you find that your heart, something inside you soaring, it's like you feel that, oh, I could do this free, even if it's not, you know, if I never get paid for it, which is how I feel for this thing, is that, except I need to get paid, of course, because I need to pay bills. But when you have that feeling that you could do this thing for free, if you had the means to do that, then that is what your passion is, guys. And you could do it. They say that if you work at doing your passion, you really never work a day in your life. And that's what your passion is. But you have to try different things to discover what your passion is, right? You can't just sit there and wait and hope, look on TV. You have to really immerse yourself into it. Go and do a sewing class. Go and do something. And you will discover what it is that really give you those thrills of passion when you're immersed in doing it. What do you need to be happy in relationships? Do you need someone who is going to be there for you when you need them? Right? And knowing, of course, that maybe a person cannot be there 100%, but they will find a way to be there for you when they can be, right? And they are always concerned about your happiness. Do you need that in your relationship, right? Because that's what relationships are about. When you're in a relationship, you're supposed to be able to, depend on each other for certain things, not have this dependency syndrome where they have to do everything to make you feel good about yourself. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about if your car breaks down on the road and there's no way, at least they can, even if they call someone to come get you, if they can't make it, you need to know that this is someone I can trust to be there for me. Is that important to you? Look for those things while you're dating. Look for those things in your relationship. Is this something that you can do yourself? Are you dependable? Do you have the ability to be committed to one person in a relationship? Get to know yourself. These are things that are important, guys, for you to get to know yourself, because otherwise you really don't know who you are. How do you respond when you're angry? Do you know how you respond? Have you paid attention to that? How do you respond? And if you are someone who flies over the handle, how do you go about changing that? How do you go about changing that? Because unless you know who you are, then really you will not know what you need to change, what's wrong, what the problems are, right? And what your strengths or your weaknesses are. So you have to now work on knowing who you are. Who is it that inspires you the most? Now, if you have somebody who is a drug dealer or whatever it is that inspires you the most, then you have some problems, right? Who is it that inspires you the most? Who inspires you the most is going to show you who you are, right? What do you believe your purpose is in this life, right? Answer these questions. If this was your last day on earth, what would you regret not having done in your life? Think about those things, guys. Those are the things that allows you to live a more deliberate life instead of just going through life, la-di-da, la-di-da. I'm just going to float through life. Because doing that is almost like similar to someone throwing a leaf in a river, right? A leaf. And the leaf is just going down, wherever the current takes it, that's where it ends up. That's what happens when you don't live your life deliberately in terms of focusing on certain things that are important to you, focusing on your goals, focusing on maybe your personal growth and those different things, and actually doing those things, not just thinking of it, but actually doing it, because focusing on it all day is not going to change anything. it happens in the doing of it, right? Let's see if I forget anything. What are your favorite foods? Just like the coffee, you know, you might have gotten into the habit of just liking everything that your partner likes, or everybody else is having this. Oh, I'll just have that too. Or you can't even make a decision as to what you actually want because you don't even know what you want, and you always defer to everybody else. Oh, just order anything. I'll have anything you have. When you would really like the shrimp, or you'd really like the lobster, or you'd really like the steak, say it. Don't, you know, always doing that. That takes away your power. That takes away your control. And it takes away your happiness too, because you're always deferring to others because you don't know what you want. And even if you know what you want, you don't have that authenticity. You don't have that inner power to really choose what it is you like. So guys, if you like anything, if you learn anything in this video, please like and share with someone else. But like, if you know, even if you don't share it. And I'll see you next time. This is Christine, your relationship and mindset master doctor, and your leverage for change. Take care, guys, and keep growing. Bye-bye.